In this video, we are going to evaluate the current architecture, which is the microservice architecture implementation of SAGA, Outbox, and change data capture patterns. You can see the image of way of learning the course flow. According to our course flow, we have designed and adapted the architecture, and now it is time to evaluate the current architecture. So in this step, we are looking for the benefits and drawbacks of current architecture. There are still some of the issues that we should evaluate when working with the microservices and using these patterns. Let me start with the benefits. The first benefit is maintain the integrity of our database transactions. If a database transaction fails, the event stored in the Outbox table will not be published, and that the state of system remain consistent. So this is very important, that we can provide data integrity with following the transactional Outbox pattern. And the second benefit is real-time synchronization. It allows for real-time synchronization of data between a source database and a target database or system, or between source database and various data processing systems like message brokers or other systems. And we can say that extracting and propagating change to be kept up to date with data. Change data capture typically provide and works by continuously monitoring the transaction log of database for changes, and then extracting and propagating those changes to the target systems. And another benefit is decouple data and propagate events. Using the change data capture in combination with the Outbox pattern allows the microservices to decouple their data updates from the process of propagating those updates to other microservices or other message brokers. And lastly, we can say that easier to scale and maintain a microservices. This can make it easy to scale and maintain microservice architecture, as each microservice can focus on its own data updates and let change data capture handle the synchronization of data between services. And every pattern, this also comes with some drawbacks, and one of the main drawback is increase the complexity. Outbox pattern and change data capture makes your system more complex design. The Outbox table and the Outbox consumer process add an additional layer of abstraction between the database and the event bus, which can make it more difficult to understand and debug the system. Additionally, the Outbox consumer process introduces a new point of failure, as it must be running and functioning correct in order for events to be published. So this will be increase the complexity. And the second drawback is add latency to the event publishing process. Transactional Outbox pattern can add latency to the event publishing process because events are stored in the Outbox table and processed by the Outbox consumer. There will be a delay between the time an event is generated and the time is published. This can be a problem in such a case where low latency is required, such example real-time systems. And another drawback is performance burden on the database. Change data capture can place a performance burden on the database, as it must capture and log every change made to the database. This can be particularly problematic in high throughput systems where there are many changes being made to database on continuous basis. If this Outbox table is very frequently changed, this will become a performance problem because change data capture tries to monitor every change in the table. And another drawback is difficult to set up and maintain. Outbox table and change data capture can be difficult to set up and maintain, particularly in environments where the database schema is frequently changed. In such environments, it can be challenging to ensure that the change data capture process is correctly capturing all the relevant change to database. So that means if your database schema and design is frequently changed, it is really hard to manage change data capture function in your architecture. As you can see that we have designed and evaluated our e-commerce application as a microservice architecture which implemented the SAGA, Outbox and change data capture patterns.